Okay, I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again. Cyborg 009 was supposed to end at Volume 10. And if you go and just read Volume 10, hell, read the first 10 volumes, you'll see exactly what I mean. Now, the ending isn't a happy ending. It's more of a melancholy kind of ending. You know, it's happy and it's sad at the same time. Bittersweet. I believe that is what that's called. However, just because Shotaro Ishinomori was, in a sense, coerced into writing more material for the Nine Warriors, he didn't exactly take the easy way out and just put them in stupid situations, which he could have done very fucking easily. Instead, he took a bunch of real-world phenomena and concepts and managed to integrate his own fiction within non-fiction. And with this volume being volume 14, what he has managed to do is just remarkable. Now, the only cyborg you really see in this volume is, well, out of the 9, is Joe Shimomura, who, of course, makes a lot of sense since he is the main character. Well, granted, all 9 of them are essentially main characters, but Joe is the essential main character. Rather, I guess the protagonist. But then, you can argue that all 9 of them are essentially the protagonists, right? But the one thing Volume 14 does different, and it seems as if maybe I'm just making up headcanon here, but it almost seemed to me that while reading this, possibly Shotaro Ishinomori was thinking, what would happen if one of the cyborgs had to work with a member of Black Ghost? And that is exactly what the story of Volume 14 is all about. It's all about Joe working with a member of Black Ghost known solely as B2. And B2 is a direct foil to Joe. He's everything that Joe isn't. And it's not obvious until halfway into the story. But what's very clear, though, while Joe is selfless, B2 is very selfish. Not to mention the consistent acts of villainy that B2 exudes throughout the story. Showing another side to Joe, what I mean by this is that while B2 can, just kill on a whim, Joe is shown having remorse for killing. Even when he knows he has to confront B2 and kill him, it's very clear that it is an act that Joe did not want to do. That he had no other choice but to once again take out another assailant of the evil organization known as Black Ghost. Oh, and if you want the rundown for this volume, essentially what happens is that Joe wants to find out what happened to all these ships, gets captured by a battleship, which then gets captured by a bunch of sea people. They're never given an official name. They're just referred to as sea people because they live at the bottom of the sea. There's this whole chapter where it talks about the history of disappearing continents like Lemuria and Mu and the Lost Kingdom of Atlantis. All that shit, okay? And turns out, I guess these sea people were creating a massive battleship which B2 wanted to occupy and bring back the Black Ghost. But Joe discovered that a lot of the humans that got captured were turned into slaves and wanted to free them. And that's where their differences divided. B2 initially was going to just get the ship and get the fuck out and leave Joe behind. However, miraculously, both B2 and Joe end up at the same place, same time, but it's due to these sea people, okay, them speaking broken, I don't know, Japanese to Joe. I'm saying Japanese because even though I read was scanlated in English, this shit has never, ever made it to an English market, as far as I'm aware. Or at least this volume. Shit, anything after volume 10, really. And that's where Joe realizes that B2, he's not just some guy that acts like a dick and kind of has a heart of gold. No, this guy really is a dick and he needs to be dealt with. So that's the quick rundown of that story. And starting with volume 15 is the infamous Angels arc. The supposed arc that brought Ishinomori a lot of difficulty, for lack of better words. That essentially gave him not just artist, but writer burnout. And so, with that being said, what do you guys think of Cyborg 009, Volume 14? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. If you'd be so kind as to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, especially those of you that are watching my videos and are on the fence. I'd say get off that fence and subscribe. And by the way, after you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification icon. That way you'll know when I put out more content in the future. And also keep an eye on those community posts, because I do end up announcing when and how many series I'll end up doing in a day, or rather volume for said series. I'm not doing an entire fucking series in one day. Or are you nuts? Anyways, also give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm and it makes me feel good. As well as share the video with people that you feel would like this kind of content. With that being said, I'll chat with you guys later. Ciao for now.